my name is Tianna, and this is my grandpa, Mieczysław Gumalak.
Hello.
So, my grandpa used to work in a mine in Poland, and in those mines he had an accident. And let's go find out what happened in those mines. So, here's the first question. Where was the mine in Poland?
The mine was in a mountain region in the southwest in Poland.
Okay. And second question, what was the mine's name?
The mine name was Nowa Ruda.
Nowa Ruda. Okay. And how long were the days that you were working for?
And the average was 8 days, but some days we have to work longer because was some difficulties, and of course you work underground, so it's not easy to quit job and come up in the surface through the shaft. So some days were much longer.
Okay. What were you mining for?
The mine was for coal.
Okay. And then why did you work for this mine?
Well, the mine was the biggest place when a man could find a job in that area where we live, and of course was the better pay. So usually the young men, growing up, they wanted me married to have families, so they have to get more income. So they looking for a better job, and that was my reason when I went to the mine.
Okay. And then can you tell us this terrible thing that happened?
Well, of course, it was a long time ago. I worked there, and in the mine down below, it's very dark, and of course you got headlamps, but it's very confined spaces. It's not much room to do job, and things happen. One of my pinky finger, left hand, was trapped between the steel beam and the rocks, and I got damaged. So eventually they have to cut it out.
Can you show us the... Yes, so this is what it looks like, what he's talking about. So, how deep was the mine?
Well, deep, the main shaft, when you go underground, was about 1,800 feet. And then from that point, there was a very small train, not train like it's on the surface of the earth and the ground, but very small when people sit back to back. And we have to travel about 2 miles. And then we disperse accordingly to the different region of the mine when we work.
What was the coal used for?
Primary coal is the source of the energy in Poland at that time, and they use for the heating the houses, for extracting different chemical products when they process further for different chemical industry.
So, did you ever get trapped in the mine?
Personally, never was trapped, but I hear lots of stories from previous days when people used to work there. There was many accidents like that when people been, as soon as possible, the intention is to take them out.
Okay. And do you recommend this mine today?
Well, I think that today is it's much better jobs, more safer job than in mine. But the other thing is, right now that mine, like many others one, they are closed due to concern about environment, because the coal, to burning the coal, create pollution. So the air is polluted with the CO2, and of course everybody worry about the earth. Well, there was lots of pressure on government to shut down because they got different sources of energy right now. So like that mine is actually it's museum there right now.
Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing all these wonderful experiences from the mine. Do you think you could show us all these little intricate things you found?
Yeah, when I was small like you, I always was interested of different minerals, what was on the surface. Of course, when I started working in a mine, my interest would grow up, and I will start collecting many different shape and minerals from underground, because there is many of them. And then, of course, I got quite big collection I could not bring to Canada, but here in Canada, when I go for hike, still it's with me that interest to looking down, and sometimes in a riverbed. And I will encourage you and your friends, when you guys going for a hike, to pay a little bit attention where you're walking in the ground, and sometimes between the rocks you can find some different minerals. Quite often in the riverbed you can find the petrified wood, which I got few pieces here where I can show you. This is one of them.
So that looks like a
Yes.
regular piece of wood. Tiana, tell us how heavy that feels.
This is like kind of actually heavier than a brick.
Well, it's a long process in the past of history of the earth when the wood was buried or flooded with the mud by river. Was trapped underground for a long time with the pressure and heat. Particle of the wood was replaced with silica minerals, which exactly reflect the structure of the wood. Like you can see, example here, some of them it's the same thing. They looks very wood-like, but they all
You can see when you hear that.
yeah, but they all are
like
rocks.
rocks.
Yeah, but that's the petrified wood. But I got something else which is a little bit different from different history of the earth. One time with you, your mom and sister, we walk in the river, on the shore of the river, and I find very interesting rock. I mean, caught my attention. The shape of the rock, the rest was buried. I turned that thing upside down, and then I discovered the shape of that, which was very interesting. This is petrified bone from dinosaurs, and I bring to the Edmonton Museum, and then they classify, and after sometimes they return to me. So this is back from the spine, one of the section of the spine from the back of the dinosaur, and they told me the name of dinosaur is duck-billed Heterosaurus. So it's about 65 million, what they say.
How cool
Wow.
is that?
So but
Pretty
it's
good find.
yeah, but it's not very unusual to find those things, especially in Alberta, South Alberta, where we got Drumheller and other area, and there is lots of digging going on.
So, what do you encourage all the students to do now?
Well, enjoy your life, and while you're going for walk, pay attention to the thing what you're stepping on, because sometimes you may not even knowing when you're stepping over some very important piece of history of the earth.
And do we recommend mining?
Well, not really. The mining is, I think,
Pretty dangerous work.
danger, and it's going to be extinct due to the many
Environment.
environments.
Okay.
concern, yeah.
So that's all for the My Papa's interview.